You, probably like me, have come across the video of some conmen posing as street side vendors. Now, when we begin to witness such events, it leaves us wondering, who on earth can I trust? But the good thing is, there is always a remnant. A remnant just like you and me. And our today's guest is just that. I know I gave you a clue as to who I'd be hosting today, but before I let him introduce himself, come on, tell everybody to come, and let us learn together, okay? Especially our diaspora people, this is especially for you. It's a special product or service. I'll let our guest tell us what it is. This is the Wiser and Brave Show, and I'm your host, Njeri. I know we are all gathered, ready to learn and grow together. So I won't take much of your time now. I'll let our guest introduce himself. And today's guest is none other than Lawyer Simon Mwangi, who has graced us today, not only with his presence, but with a special goodie for us, especially our diaspora people. Welcome to the show, Lawyer.
Thank you very much. I am honored to be here.
Yes.
So my name is Mwangi.
Yes.
I am an advocate of the High Court of Kenya.
Yes.
I'm also a partner at Mwangi K and Company Advocates.
Yes.
I'm happy to be part of this discussion.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so before you became our Lawyer, what has your journey been like that advised you to, become a partner and, be a judge of the High Court and all of that?
So I was born in Kuresoi,
okay,
a place called Molo. That is the deepest part of Nakuru County.
All right.
And in Kuresoi constituency, each and every time we have an election, we must witness some issues. We must have some post-election violence.
Yes.
And therefore, in the year 2007, after the post-election violence, we moved from Kuresoi and we stayed at Nyeri. We were admitted at a place called Huruma Children's Home.
Okay.
And therefore, in Huruma Children's Home, that is where I started learning about now the vocation and the things I wanted to do in future.
Okay.
So that I can be able maybe to help my community and to be amongst the people who will bring peace in Kuresoi.
Okay.
Because in Kuresoi, we have many communities. We have Kikuyus, we have Kalenjin, we have Kisis, we have Luyas, and therefore those differences are always there.
Yeah.
Therefore I felt I needed to do something that will put me outside there for me to be able to help my community and even the people who live around Kuresoi, for us to be able to have a long-lasting peace in Kuresoi. Okay. And therefore that is what advised me to go to law school.
All right. Yes. So in spite of the dark side, it was still a beautiful setup to, inform what you would do in the future.
Absolutely. Oh. I'm one believer, a person who believes that there is nothing that just happens.
Yes.
2008, 2007 was a beautiful year on my end. Yes, I lost some friends, I lost some people, and even family members, and we lost a lot of things.
Yes.
But to me, God was taking me from a certain point and taking me towards, do I call it the light? So I can be able to now get to school and know some of these things.
Okay.
Because I go back to the community, and I think if that did not happen in 2007, if that did not happen, I would be a very miserable person.
Yeah.
Doing what our deputy president is trying to stop. I'll be drinking and doing those illegal stuff.
Yeah.
But because of 2007 and us moving from Kuresoi to Nyeri, that gave me the opening, and I was able now to join the university and secondary school out of that experience. Therefore, it was a beautiful moment for me, a moment that I was able to be able to understand myself, and a moment that made me now stood out to the community and made me who I am today.
Well, congratulations
Thank you very
for
much.
making lemonade out of,
Yes,
the
thank you.
lemon that was thrown at you.
Thank you.
Now, Wakili, you have started an initiative for our diaspora people.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Can you tell us what this initiative is and what advised its birth or,
So when I finished law school, when I was done with law school, I was employed. When I was working with that company that I was employed in, started seeing a trend from the year 2018 that the people who are in the US, UK and diaspora at large, they would work very hard, and because they cannot invest in the US, their home is still back here in Africa.
Yes.
You would find that these people are trusting certain people and they are sending money to them for them to be able to do something for them on this end. And therefore, I have had many people coming to us now at a later stage to tell us that we've lost this much by just trusting people who are on this other end for them to maybe buy a property for us, build a house for us, and do something for us. And therefore, in the year 2018, 2019, and 2020, it was not a concern to me because there was no case that was related to me, was relatable to me. That's used to say these are people, normal people just being conned, and people are getting conned every day.
Yes.
But when we started the law firm in the year 2020 and the year 2021,
Yes.
I started now getting people that I know, people who have gone to the US, the UK, these other countries, and they are calling me to tell me, John, guess what? I sent this amount of money to a family member and I cannot see the results. I want to send you to Moranga or to Kiambu to go and check whether there is a project that is ongoing.
Yeah.
So one of such cases was a very closer person to me.
Yes.
So they sent me to Kiambu to go and check whether there was a building that was coming up somewhere. So when we went there, yes, there was a building, but it was being done by a different person and it was a hospital.
Wow.
And for them, they were buying a residential property for them to start constructing. And at the end of it all, they will have a property so that when they are coming from the US, they have a place to rest here in Kenya.
Yes.
Therefore, we gave the report to them. And that was somehow, that affected me in certain ways.
Yes.
And I said,
yes,
there is something I can be able to do. Because what is happening to our people who are outside the country, what they are doing is that, yes, you have a family member here, and these family members, they have their own issues. So you send 100,000 Kenya shillings to them.
Yes.
For them to do something for you.
Yes.
And these people, maybe they do not have food, they do not have, they're also struggling.
Yes.
And they think you are in the US, you've made it, and therefore you have money.
Yes.
The first installment that you give to them, instead of them sorting you out, they start by sorting themselves out.
Yes.
Then the next time, because they lied to you and they sent some pictures to you and they told you there is a project that is ongoing, they will take pictures and they will send it to you. The next installment, they will do the same. They can't buy the property, they will not send you the title with your name, and they will not do anything. So that at the end of it all, you find that you've spent a lot of money sending it either to the family members or professionals here in Kenya, and at the end of it all, you do not have a project, you do not have land, you do not have a property that is coming up. And therefore, when we looked at that, we decided that we want to come in and see if we can be able to help these people.
Yes.
So what we are offering is a special package.
Okay.
That we will talk to you. If we agree on our fees and everything, then we will take up your case.
Okay.
If you want us to go to Machakos, you want us to go to Turkana, you want us to go to Kajiado, we will go there. We'll do something we call a physical search.
Okay.
You'll send us the copy of the title from the people who have shared it with you.
Yes.
And then we'll go to the site. We will confirm that indeed that property exists. Then after that, we will confirm that that property does not have any other claim. Because even what is happening, you might be taken through the process by your family members, but at the end of it all, you find that that land has some other legal claim. Like there was a squatter who came to your land, have lived in that land for more than 12 years, and therefore they are claiming ownership over that property. And there is no way you can be able to transfer that title. You've shared, you've sent the money, you've shared your documents, private documents, but you cannot be able to transfer the title to your name. Therefore, we are coming in to ensure that we will do a physical search, go to the site, advise you on the property. You will tell us, this is what I want to do with the property. I want to do residential, I want to do commercial, I want to do apartments, I want to do leasehold and all those things. We will advise you on that and tell you this property, the location, and the interest, you cannot be able to do commercial, but we think residential can do better.
Yes.
And therefore, if we agree on that stage, then we will start the process. We will do now something we call the official search. We'll go to the registry, maybe in Kajiado or the place that your land is located.
Yes,
We'll do an official search. We'll send it to you. We'll confirm the details. That the details on the ground and the details on the registry are matching. And therefore, when we do that, we'll now start the process. And we'll take you through the process from sale agreement to transfer. And at the end of it all, you will tell us, I have a person I trust in Kenya, you can give the title to them, or I do not trust anyone in Kenya,
Please hold it for me.
You can send the title to me, or you can open a safe with a bank for me,
Yes.
and just deposit the title there. So
Okay.
that is what we are doing.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Wow, what a relief. I told you there is always a remnant. If this is not so, I don't know what else is, yeah? So, Wakili, you have said that it hit home when it hit you, you know?
Yes.
Closest.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, what is the one, like, outrageous case in these diaspora cases that has left you?
I have a case in court right now here in Milimani.
Okay.
So someone sent a lot of money because land in Nairobi is very expensive.
Yes.
So a lot of money here in Nairobi. And these people had a group discussing the amount that will be sent to them.
Yes.
So they discussed and they decided that we are going to fake all the documents and we'll send fake documents to our brother in the US.
Wait, slow down.
Yes.
Our brother. Does it mean we are talking about siblings here?
Yes, yes.
Oh my
He's
God.
actually a person who is very closer to me.
Okay.
So, so a family member, they trusted a family member and they sent the money to them. Because the money was a lot of money, they had issues with the banks and all those things. So they went to an advocate who did an agreement for them and they were able to get the money, recover the money. But instead of them depositing the money to the person who was selling this property, because the property was on sale
Yes.
and was being advertised everywhere
Yes.
online. And therefore the client, when they saw the property, they got interested with this property.
Yes.
And they said they want to buy this property. The property was going for almost 20 million. And they said, this is what I will do. I will get a loan from a SACCO, I'll get this amount from my friends and all that. I will, what I have collected over the years, and then I will buy the property.
Yes.
And that is what they started. So they sent the first deposit. The first deposit was around 5 million.
Okay.
So that they can do the first deposit, then they do the sale agreement, then they go to the SACCO for the SACCO to pay 15 million. So when they do that, the family member and other people come together.
Okay.
And they went to River Road. They you know what happens there.
Yes.
So they had a fake title and they sent this title to now the person who was in the US, and they told this person, we have all these title, we have all these documents from that person who is selling the property, and all they need is for you to deposit this amount of money to this account so that they can now release these documents to us for you to continue with the other processes of that property being charged by a SACCO.
Yes.
So when they did that, unfortunately, the person who was in the US did not confirm with any advocate. And therefore, even the account number, they did not confirm because the account number was not matching the name that was on the title. So they deposited the amount to the account that they had been given.
Okay.
A full 5 million to that account. Then after that, started asking for certain documents. Hi, I want you to get the consent for me. I want you to do 1, 2, 3. I want you to pay the rates for that. I want you to do... So these people started delaying.
Okay.
And you know, as a human being, there is something that tells you...
something is off.
This one is not okay. So he started feeling like there is something that is not happening.
Yes.
So he decided to come back to Kenya unannounced.
Okay.
So he arranged that and he told me, I am coming because I am thinking 1, 2, 3 is happening at home and I do not know what is happening.
Yes.
So when he came back to Kenya, he was very shocked. He went to the property. And the person he found at the gate was now the owner, the new owner of that property. And he was telling that person, are you the person selling the property? Are you the owner, or what is happening? The person told him this property is no longer on sale. I bought this property last week, and therefore we are actually just moving in. So he said, maybe there is some information that I am not getting.
Yes.
Let me now call my brother. So he calls the brother.
Yeah.
Tells him, you know, like in Kikuyu, are you in Kenya? Why did you come without telling us?
Well.
So it was a big issue.
Yeah.
And therefore he came now to our office, and
Yes.
we are now currently in court because he was conned 5 million by a person from...
He trusted.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
those things are happening.
Yes.
And I'm not saying just people who have a lot of money
Yes.
are the ones who are losing money.
Yes.
We have even people who are losing 200,000.
Yes.
You have seen people advertising, especially these people that you trust on social media,
Yeah.
advertising.
Yes.
Someone who has no knowledge about the transaction.
Yes.
They come to you, and you know, in Kikuyu, they will come to you and they will tell you, hey, he nireda. So very convincing. You will
Yes.
send your money,
Yes.
and then when you send the money, at the end of it all, you will find that you have nothing.
Yes.
One of the greatest issues that we are doing,
Yes.
mistakes that we are doing right now, is to trust these people who have no knowledge about land transaction in Kenya.
Yes.
They've been paid by companies that do not exist for them to advertise. And then you advertise, and people start taking those properties.
Yes.
But at the end of it all, you'll find you are buying nothing.
You're just buying air.
Yes, hot air. Nothing at all. So that is what has been happening. And a lot of people,
Yeah.
if one case you can be able to find someone who sent 5 million
Yes.
from the US
Yes.
to Kenya.
Yes.
You can imagine how many people who are sending like 200,000,
Yes.
100,000, 50,000
Yes.
for them to start the process.
Yeah.
And then you will be told the title is not in my name, the title is so and so name. I always tell people, when you are buying property, because I am not giving you photocopy of the money, I am giving you the real money.
Original money.
Yes. There is no way you start telling me the title is not in my name. Because that is what I am buying. I am
Yes.
buying the original document.
Yes.
If you want me to buy the property in the name of another person, then the money needs to be in other form, because there is no way you can send money and you are telling me that the property is not in your name.
Yeah.
What are you selling?
Wow.
Therefore, what happens to our members who are in the US and these other countries is that
Yes.
you will find them trusting these people because it's a known person.
Yes.
They have a large following on social
Yes.
media,
Yes.
but they have
Zero
knowledge
knowledge.
on how to do these transactions. So you'll find at the end of it all, you send the money, the person will get paid, but
Yes.
you'll never get your title.
Wow.
Yes.
So what you're telling us is as much as we want to buy and invest in these properties, we must do our due diligence.
Yes.
And when we don't know how to do that, we must look for the right people to guide us through the process.
Yes.
Yes.
Today, I am an advocate.
Yes.
But if I want to buy property, I do not act for myself. I
Yeah.
have to look for someone else
Okay.
who is also an advocate for them to do the process for me. Because
Okay.
there are certain things, if you love a property and you want to invest in a property, there
Yes.
are a lot of things that will blind you,
Yes.
especially if you have the money ready and you are willing to buy.
Yes.
So you do not need to move very fast.
Okay.
The property will go nowhere. And even if
Point
you
number
lose,
one,
yes,
move slow.
slowly, yes.
Uh-huh.
Because even if you lose that property, there are so many other properties on sale.
Yes, yes.
I do not believe that there is only one property that is rightful for you.
Yes.
So you need to move slowly, ensure that the decision you are making to invest in that property, even before you start promising that person who is selling the property that you can be able to buy.
You're a potential buyer.
Yes, just tell them, I want to take my time.
Yes.
Because you didn't get that money in a day.
Yes.
It took time for you to get that money for you to start investing in properties.
Yes.
So take your time, ensure that you have the right people to guide you through the process, and ensure that the people you are engaging are also professional.
Yes.
Like for advocates, today, let's imagine someone, your sister in the US sent me the 5 million in my
Yes.
account
Yes.
for me to buy the property for them. If I do not buy that property for them, they know where to go.
Yes.
They can go to the Law Society of Kenya and complain. I sent 5 million. This was our agreement with Mwangi. He was supposed to buy that property for me. And then LSK will listen to that case. They will make a decision. And if I have the money and I did not use the money, I spent the money on my personal issues, then the LSK will revoke my permit. I will no longer practice law in Kenya. But what we do is that we go to people who have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Today you will say so and so stole my money,
Yes.
but there is nothing that person can. There is nothing that will happen to that person because you trusted a person who has nothing to lose. So what we are doing is that we are coming in and we are assuring our people, the people who are trusting us, because we have a market now in the US and mostly in the UK, people who are sending money to us and people who are investing in properties here in Kenya. It's not a must you send the money to us, but we will ensure that by the time you are sending that money, we are sure the property exists, there is documentation towards the property, and that property can be transferred.
Yes.
Therefore, when we give you the go-ahead, we have the knowledge and we have the security to tell you that that property is right for you to buy.
Yes.
Therefore, we are coming in and we are placing ourselves at that level where people can now start trusting us and ensuring that the properties they are buying here in Kenya are genuine properties.
Yes.
And you get the value for your money.
Yes.
Because also another case is that you might get the property, but you will find they told you the property was worth $1 million, Bob, but the property in that area was worth 100,000
Wow.
Kenyan shillings. So they took 900,000 and they pocketed the money. But at the end of it all, you don't get the value. Wait
Yes.
for so long before that property now
Can
starting
appreciate
appreciating and getting the value that you spend. Therefore, what we are doing is that we will ensure from the beginning to the end, you get the value for your money.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That is enough education, you know, to just process. Like, I need time to process that, and I'm sure you do too. But don't you despair, because I'll bring Wakili again to conclude the lesson for part 2. So make sure you stay tuned, because Wakili will be with us for part 2 of this episode.